realign me.
Adrenaline symphony, rev sing soprano. Pedal metal chasing shadows like a desperado. Life's a track strip, blink and you'll miss it. Every lap of camera can't play it safe or risk it. Helmet on, visor low, my thoughts in flames. The track's a battlefield, brewery calls my name. Apex predator, no cage can confine me. HVRL, the league that refines me.
Oh, closet air, I breathe ambition. Dreams fueled by octane, no intermission. Lots of blood, but the finish line's clear. Every race a moment to conquer fear.
Engines roar hard as pounding punks and tyrant screech, blaze, kiss the asphalt, defying boost gauge, red line, actress ignites the night, street lights of blood, chasing stars out of sight, punching in, gear shift, turbo scream savage, Cassie low like a snake, slithering past havoc, corners tight, grip slick, then use a handshake. Victory's the only drug I let my hands take.
HVRL, where the speed defines me. Rubber burns, prayers leave the doubters behind me. High velocity, every second a crime spree. Racing to the edge till the stars realign me.
Adrenaline symphony, rev sing soprano. Pedal metal chasing shadows like a desperado. Life's a track strip, blink and you'll miss it. Every lap of camera can't play it safe or risk it. Helmet on, visor low, my thoughts in flames. The track's a battlefield, brewery calls my name. Apex predator, no cage can confine me. HVRL, the league that refines me.
Oh, closet air, I breathe ambition. Dreams fueled by octane, no intermission. Lots of blood, but the finish line's clear. Every race a moment to conquer fear.
Engines roar hard as pounding punks and tyrant screech, blaze, kiss the asphalt, defying boost gauge, red line, actress ignites the night, street lights of blood, chasing stars out of sight, punching in, gear shift, turbo scream savage, Cassie low like a snake, slithering past havoc, corners tight, grip slick, then use a handshake. Victory's the only drug I let my hands take.
HVRL, where the speed defines me. Rubber burns, prayers leave the doubters behind me. High velocity, every second a crime spree. Racing to the edge till the stars realign me.
Adrenaline symphony, rev sing soprano. Pedal metal chasing shadows like a desperado. Life's a track strip, blink and you'll miss it. Every lap of camera can't play it safe or risk it. Helmet on, visor low, my thoughts in flames. The track's a battlefield, brewery calls my name. Apex predator, no cage can confine me. HVRL, the league that refines me.
Oh, closet air, I breathe ambition. Dreams fueled by octane, no intermission. Lots of blood, but the finish line's clear. Every race a moment to conquer fear.
Engines roar hard as pounding punks and tyrant screech, blaze, kiss the asphalt, defying boost gauge, red line, actress ignites the night, street lights of blood, chasing stars out of sight, punching in, gear shift, turbo scream savage, Cassie low like a snake, slithering past havoc, corners tight, grip slick, then use a handshake. Victory's the only drug I let my hands take. Engines roar hard as pounding punks and tyrant screech, blaze, kiss the asphalt, defying boost gauge, red line, actress ignites the night, street lights of blood, chasing stars out of sight, punching in, gear shift, turbo scream savage, Cassie low like a snake, slithering past havoc, corners tight, grip slick, then use a handshake. Victory's the only drug drug I let my hands take.
HVRL, where the speed defines me. Rubber burns, prayers leave the doubters behind me. High velocity, every second a crime spree. Racing to the edge till the stars realign me.
Adrenaline symphony, rev some soprano. Pedal metal, chasing shadows like a desperado. Life's a drag strip, blink and you'll miss it. Every lap a gamer can't play it safe or risk it. Helmet on, visor low, my thoughts in flames. The track's a battlefield, brewery calls my name. Apex predator, no cage can confine me. HVRL, the league that refines me.
Own closet air, I breathe ambition. Dreams fueled by octane, no intermission. Clouds of blood, but the finish line's clear. Every race a moment to conquer fear.
Engines roar, hearts pounding, brakes and tire screech, flames, kiss the asphalt, defying, boost gauge, red line, nitrous ignites the night, street lights are blurred, chasing stars out of sight, punch you in, gear shift, turbo scream savage, Cassie low like a snake, slither ring past havoc, corners tight, grip slick, then use a handshake. Victory's the only drug I let my hands take.
HVRL, where the speed defines me. Rubber burns, prayers leave the doubters behind me. High velocity, every second a crime spree. Racing to the edge till the stars realign me.
Adrenaline symphony, rev some soprano. Pedal metal, chasing shadows like a desperado. Life's a drag strip, blink and you'll miss it. Every lap a gamer can't play it safe or risk it. Helmet on, visor low, my thoughts in flames. The track's a battlefield, brewery calls my name. Apex predator, no cage can confine me. HVRL, the league that refines me.
Own closet air, I breathe ambition. Dreams fueled by octane, no intermission. Clouds of blood, but the finish line's clear. Every race a moment to conquer fear.
Engines roar, hearts pounding, brakes and tire screech, flames, kiss the asphalt, defying, boost gauge, red line, nitrous ignites the night, street lights are blurred, chasing stars out of sight, punch you in, gear shift, turbo scream savage, Cassie low like a snake, slither ring past havoc, corners tight, grip slick, then use a handshake. Victory's the only drug I let my hands take.
HVRL, where the speed defines me. Rubber burns, prayers leave the doubters behind me. High velocity, every second a crime spree. Racing to the edge till the stars realign me.
Adrenaline symphony, rev some soprano. Pedal metal, chasing shadows like a desperado. Life's a drag strip, blink and you'll miss it. Every lap a gamer can't play it safe or risk it. Helmet on, visor low, my thoughts in flames. The track's a battlefield, brewery calls my name. Apex predator, no cage can confine me. HVRL, the league that refines me.
Own closet air, I breathe ambition. Dreams fueled by octane, no intermission. Clouds of blood, but the finish line's clear. Every race a moment to conquer fear.
Engines roar, hearts pounding, brakes and tire screech, flames, kiss the asphalt, defying, boost gauge, red line, nitrous ignites the night, street lights are blurred, chasing stars out of sight, punch you in, gear shift, turbo scream savage, Cassie low like a snake, slither ring past havoc, corners tight, grip slick, then use a handshake. Victory's the only drug I let my hands take.
HVRL, where the speed defines me. Rubber burns, prayers leave the doubters behind me. High velocity.
Welcome in everybody to HVRL Turnin Laps podcast. Another week down. We just did, I guess, week 2 in some series, and then really week 1 and 2 of our series. So Joined with me is Bryce Tucker, Chris Weiniger, Danny Gross, and Ryan Stevenson. How you doing, Bryce?
Doing well. Another week in the books, like you said. This season's getting started pretty quickly, and before you know it, we'll be pretty deep into all four of these series.
Yeah, Chris, doing okay?
Yeah, doing good. Getting geared up for the holidays. Son got into town this week, so getting ready for traveling and that kind of stuff.
Awesome. And Danny, how you doing, man? Danny.
Danny stage fright?
Yeah, he is. We intimidate him, just like on the track. Well, Ryan, how you doing, Ryan?
No, doing pretty good. Just getting through the snow day that we had today. A lot of shoveling.
Snow day. Where about you live?
Like an hour west of Philly.
Oh. All right.
Alrighty.
Well, guess that's all that done. Oh, there you are, Danny. Yeah, nice of you to finally join us. I am going to ask you how you were. Now we don't care. We done missed the opportunity. What do you guys want to start with first? Want to go as the week went?
Yeah, we can do that with trucks.
Yeah. We go ahead and start with trucks. Chris, Danny, it's kind of y'all series. If y'all want to talk about the last race a little bit, how it went, what do y'all expect? Any things we need to clean up?
No, it went pretty well. Not a whole lot went on. It was a decent race. Nothing that I can really recall that stood out as far as talking points. Me personally, it started off slow. Had to figure out 3 and 4, so the first stage was a little slow going for me, and I just slowly made my way to the front of the field, and I think we ended up with a cluster of cautions right at the end of the race, and I think we used up all 3 of our green whites, didn't we, Danny?
Yeah, I think we used up all 3. You're right. Like towards the end, it was just a cluster.
Yeah, we just couldn't get any good, clean restarts off of that. But in the end, for me, it's a pretty good race. Let's see, our winner was Noah Tills. He finally got a good restart, and I evidently was sleeping on it, but got off the line a little slow. So he ended up coming away with the victory on that one, and I'm trying to pull up my results here real quick. So top 10, like I said, Noah got first. I came in second. Best Grove got third. Chad Bass got fourth. Ryan Seabolt in fifth. Stanley Hill came away with sixth place. Our little Australian buddy, Deanie, came in seventh. Forrest Martin in eighth. Justin Shoemate in ninth. And Travis George rounded off the top 10.
Yeah, our Deanie has been having a pretty solid start to the season, I feel.
I do.
Yeah, he's been coming away with some decent laps and finding himself up at the front.
I do want to pull up.
I missed last week's broadcast because I was
it was a good race.
away in Kansas City. Yeah, and I'll be here tonight though. Looking forward to it. So.
Like for me, last week, the beginning of the race, I had a decent truck, but towards like the second, third stage, I just got caught up in a couple of mishaps that cost me to finish 25th.
Yeah, like I was saying, that first stint, trying to figure out 3 and 4, man, I've had so much feedback in my wheel that I could tell I was just absolutely chattering in my right front. And I think by the time we got to first stage, I think I was down to like 55% on that tire. But then I got it figured out, and I think the second stage, I still had like 88% on it. So definitely found something there and was able to save the truck for longer runs.
I do want to point out our points. So I would show the playoff standings, but that doesn't show really who's in front with the winners. But we have Trenton Bestgrove at the top of the list. He is our truck series leader right now with 300 points, and 18 behind him is Ryan Seabolt, then Zachary Tyler, Noah Tills, Drew Holleran, Chad Bass, David Meacham, Chris Weiniger are tied for 7th. Matthew Chase is 9th. If he misses, that's going to drop him a lot. John Shields is 10th. Chris Romano is 11th. And Kean Fry is 12th. So quite the mix-up already at the beginning of the season from, some of our guys that are out looking in, like Anthony Hall, Corey Moore, Travis George, Bobby Grady, KT, Shane Williams. I mean, you got Bloodworth, Shoemate. I mean, all those guys are out right now looking in. So.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate last week for KT. I know he had technical difficulties going right into qualifying, so not the best time at all to have something like that happen to you with the amount of trucks that we have showing up and qualifying to get in. So, yeah, that really hurt him last week. But the good side on that is just 2 weeks into the season, so plenty of time to rebound from that.
Well, since he did get booted from the season, he was able to get a provisional out of it. So it did.
Yeah.
I mean, it hurt him a lot, especially I think he did well last week. So,
but I don't think it hurt him too much in the sense too.
I mean, he dropped 18 positions. So,
Ooh.
Yeah, I was down to 32nd. So, yeah, it's one of those iRacing deals.
The one thing about these seasons, if you can just stay consistent, show up week in and week out, think about where you can place yourself in terms of just trying to stay clean and finish the race decent. Next thing you know, you'll be 10, 8, 9, 10 races in, and you might find yourself doing pretty well in the standings, even if you feel like the season's been kind of tough. It's just all about consistency.
Well, I think,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think the first goal over the first 3 or 4 weeks is to stay off the IPL. And then once you're off the IPL, I mean, you can qualify last and probably start 15th, if I had to guess. Because, half the field's probably going to be on the IPL from the start, from the first IPL review.
Yeah, right now I'm on the outside looking in there, so I got to have a good race here tonight. And then at Auto Club.
Yeah, well, after tonight is when we do the review, but with it being a short track, there's a lot of laps. So anybody that is on the wrong side of the IPL marker right now, if you run a nice clean race tonight, that'll really help your chances to avoid going on to the IPL going into Auto Club next week.
Well, since we only had about 200 laps total? Like 134 at Kansas and like 80 at.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're almost.
210.
It's like 80% of your laps just in this one race right here. So.
Yeah, we did 220 total.
Yeah, and this is
for the 2 races.
Laps, maybe more with a couple green whites. So, you can definitely bump that IPL down a lot. So.
Well, we've got 45 trucks signed in for tonight. How many can race, Chris?
38. That's how many pit stalls we have available this evening. So I hope everybody was able to spend a little bit of time, turn some laps, get some practice in on it. It is definitely a flatter track, so you got to be patient in those turns. Don't go in too hot and wait for the opportunity to get back on the throttle. Don't get on into it too soon, or it'll really mess up with your exit speed on this track.
Yep, you'll lose it on that set, that's for sure.
So as far as last week's race, Happy, how did it look from the booth?
I'm sorry, phone deal. What?
I was just saying, as far as Kansas's race, how did it look from the booth?
Man, I'm getting pretty old. I hardly can even remember anything. But I believe that's the one. You think I only broadcast one now? But no, I think it was all in all like a great race. And I think didn't y'all have like a didn't we make it all the way through the first stage without even an incident? Like y'all went the whole first stage, I believe, right? It was like 36 laps or something, and y'all made every bit of it.
Yeah, it may have been, that might have been the race where
Or maybe
both
that's
stages
tough.
got cut just short,
Yeah,
both of
okay.
them.
Yeah, but still,
But no,
pretty
we
good
had a
long
pretty
runs.
long, yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
For that many trucks out there, I'm still impressed every week with all you truck guys out there.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun having such a large field.
That
Yeah,
sure has been.
yeah, and so many cars, it doesn't. Even to get 5 or 6 cautions is pretty good because it's just one person. You got 40 something guys out there. Just one person to make a little mistake or a little neck code will cause a caution. So, a handful of cautions is not a big deal. We just don't want a Nashville Fairgrounds repeat from last season or 2 seasons ago. That's what we
2
want.
seasons ago, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a fun race for sure.
Yeah.
But
How many cautions did you get here last year? It was quite a bit, wasn't it?
25 I looked at.
is that what Sim Racer was
Yeah.
showing? Because I had
Yep.
jumped back and looked at the race, the broadcast, and I didn't know if I was on the last one or not. But towards the end, it was 18. But yeah, if it was 25.
Oof, that is a lot.
Yeah, I think we had 25 cautions for 56 laps. We had 15 lead changes last year's race.
Yep. Well, who won last year's race?
Mr. Chris Weinar actually
was
pulled
me.
off the win on the final lap.
Very
Yep,
much.
that was one that I definitely stole. So
Yeah,
right place, right time.
That was Bobby Grady
So.
and Anthony Hall's race, I believe.
Yeah, they were battling out for the longest time. They were definitely the class of the field last year. They had a lot of speed.
Well, I mean, they're both in it this season. I don't know if they're both signed up, but I'm sure me and Tucker will be looking for them up front. So
For sure.
Danny, how you feel about the race tonight?
I feel a little bit more confident since I ran an official race here the other night. Just trying to configure saving those right sides to get me through. Short tracks are not my thing.
Chris, with your practicing, I should have bumped it down more, but I left it at 45, so it's probably going to be pretty high because I should have bumped it down.
Yeah,
I think
it ended up being like 52 laps.
Yeah, short tracks. I got to bump it down to 35, and I just didn't do it before the week started, so I didn't want to change it then. So yeah. So fuel not an issue.
But I feel tires are going to play an issue in tonight's race compared to the fuel. So
well, yeah, definitely. Then you have one less set than last year too. So or last season.
Yeah.
You essentially got to average about 40 laps a set of tires, but your stages are at 48 and 96. So that's going to be a little interesting, right?
Yeah.
That is a little strategy there. See if anybody takes them to try to get some stage points, which isn't as big a deal this season, but you never know. Or, just run them through 48 and 96, and then maybe you put a set of fresh on the last 20 laps or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be able to tell tonight who's letting the truck roll through and who's throwing it in hot and just wearing out that right front. So if we get any type of long run, that'll definitely show everybody's hand there.
Ryan,
yeah, I'm looking forward to it
tonight, Ryan.
Me? Well, they haven't got a lot of laps in on the trucks, and definitely not at IRP.
Well, you're about to get 160 of practice laps in.
Makes it be fun.
Maybe you only get 120. I don't know. So,
Just trying to keep my instincts down.
I'm looking forward to it. We see who's locked in, which is Zachary Tyler, and Noah Tills. So, already off to a good start with 2 different winners. Probably have a third one again. Kind of what we do here in trucks. Have about 10, 12 different winners every season.
I like having all these different race winners.
So I'm really curious on where how Trent's going to do tonight. I think if he comes away with a decent points night, I think he could be a real, Daytona's a fluke, and then Kansas, he could have a good race there. I mean, but if he comes away with another good race here in the next race or two, then I mean,
And I remember Trenton last year on this track, and if I truly remember, I believe he's a short track racer in real life, but I do remember him here at this one last year, and he had speed, so definitely capable of it, and just a matter of keeping the truck clean through the course of the race.
my eyes are on him, just a up and comer this season. Just got from last season. Really, probably didn't talk about him too much. Here he is leading the points season. Then you got Kean Fry here in 10th place, all in all. And during our preseason race at Texas, man, he was on my butt the whole race. And yeah, I think Kean has come a long way. So this
He has,
put
yeah,
two
he's
good performances up there racing with the big dogs every race so far. So
Well, and another short track guy that's obviously been doing it for a while in this league is Travis George.
yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Is Travis George signed in tonight?
He is.
Oh
Yep.
shoot! Well, there we go. Should be very interesting. Hopefully we can keep it somewhat clean. Hopefully these guys got practice. We'll definitely be able to see who got any practice laps or who's just going in hot, and drifting up and spinning out. So, well, all right. Well, what's next?
That puts us into Cup.
All right, Cup race. Oh, yeah. Well, that was at Daytona. It was okay. It wasn't as long and as bad as I thought it was going to be. 90 laps of riding around with 10 laps of fun at the end. But overall, I thought it was pretty good. We have Christian here coming away with the win, and Keith Vaughn second. Garrett Wills finished third. See, Baker finished fourth. Tim Taylor got a fifth place finish. William Kern sixth. Look at William Kern up there. What's he doing up there on the super speedway? So, with all that, I mean, it was overall. I think there we go. Yeah, see, this one had 9 cautions plus the 2 stages. So I think 8 cautions altogether. I think one of those we called stage, or maybe we didn't. I can't remember. Either way, 7 to 8 cautions we had. Yeah, I mean, Bryce led a bunch of laps, led the most laps, and so did his teammate Ryan Notch or Koch, whatever.
Yeah, Koch had 22.
Yeah.
And then Fontaine had 34.
Yep. So overall, it was definitely not a bad race. I'm curious to see what these guys can do at a little tougher track of Rockingham next week. So
That'll be interesting to see. Yeah, for sure.
yes, it will.
Rockingham's a fun track.
We'll see. Oh well, and it was just repaved, and then we got the refresh. So
That's right.
It's definitely smoother because I took the Cup car out there a couple days before it came out, and that was so bumpy you could hardly keep the cars straight. It would get upset very easily. But now it seems a lot more smooth. So here's our playoff standings after 1 week here. Chris, you were in that race. How do you feel about it? I thought everything was pretty clean. All the bumps were fairly good. Of course, we had our incidents, like always. But
Yeah, it was a good time. I had the checkered flags in my eyes. I mean, totally out of turn 4, and thought I had it won. I thought the gentleman behind me was gonna push and get us clear of Bryce. I knew Bryce had to stay behind me. He helped keep me up front just because he had nose damage, so he had to hide the front end of his car while we were trying to get around that green-white. And when I thought I had a push coming, he decided to go and try and make a hole in between Bryce and I ended up watching the finish from the opening of pit road, so I got spun all the way down. But all in all, I mean, it was a fun track. I mean, I enjoy super speedways, so it was just unfortunate that it ended right how it did there at the end, but it's all part of it, so moved on from it.
Was anybody else there? Danny, you weren't there, were you? Just me and Chris?
I was not there.
Oh. Well,
I'm rewatching the replay now, and it looked like it was smooth racing.
it was pretty good. I think a lot of guys after because the high side wasn't really working for a while. Like we went single file for a long time just to.
Yeah.
100 laps at Daytona. You have to make the cups longer, and it's just making it to the end, and then you can start having fun. But yeah. It was it was single file for a long time. So, which was fine to see. You didn't see too many push it 3 wide, but when they did, most of the time it worked, but not all the time. So, all in all, good. Chris, are you hopping in Rockingham tomorrow?
There's a chance. I'm not really sure what all I have going on tomorrow night, family wise.
All right. Well, that's all the cup. It's fine. It was just standard stuff. Daytona. Ain't that much to talk about at Daytona. So now we have, I guess, ARCA next, huh?
They were at Daytona last week too, weren't they?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, they would. Well, Brian, you can go ahead and talk us through that one.
Well, I didn't catch it live, but I caught the broadcast. I had a little personal business to take care of, but all in all, it was fairly clean. You had Drew Holleran starting on the pole, which that dude's a super speedway king, I think personally. But he had the most laps led with 24, and he finished sixth. So all in all, that was great. Those FTR guys with Cale Deese and Reno Connor finishing 1 and 2 at the end. They put it together. They had a strong finish to the end of the year last season, and then come out and be 1 and 2 at Daytona. That's saying something. I know Cale got caught up in an accident pretty early, which he bounced back from, and all 4 of them guys were up there. I thought for sure they were going to finish top 4, top 5, but I think Edwards and Bolka got taken out at the end. But yeah, fun race.
Yeah, I watched the I think last 25 laps or so, and I really keyed in like 20 laps to go, Reno being up front, and with how much jockeying around happens on these super speedways, especially with like ARCA and the trucks. I was like, man, you kind of work your way to the front, then you fall back, you work your way to the front, and you just got to kind of time that dance. And I saw him up there with 20 to go, and I was like, man, it's going to be really hard for him to find himself still up there at the end. So, I was pretty surprised and proud of what he did as far as being able to keep himself up there. I think there was a pit that took place in between all of that he was back, but then when it cycled through, he found himself back up there. But to be able to hold one of the top positions like that, really good. So kudos to him.
Well, yeah, him and it was cool to see. Reno Connor up there, Gregory Bad Nice. I know he's got the speed. He just hadn't been up front very often. Then Aaron Creighton was up there. He had a chance to really pull something out, and he just went off of turn 2. He tried to make his move. He finished in 4th. Then I know that accident happened going in 1 and 2. I know Drew got caught up in, and it took out. So it was a 4-way race for the last 3/4 of the lap, because 5th place was almost 6 seconds back from the other 4. So it was cool just to watch those 4 kind of go at it. But KLD's able to pull it off.
Yeah, like Chris said, Reno was one of the, I think, leaders in the IPL last year, and
He was.
turn around and come get a 2nd place finish. That's a huge improvement.
And not even who cares about the 2nd place. He had the lowest incidence at Daytona, which is the main culprit of the IPL to begin the season, and he only had
Yeah,
6.
he ended up with 6.
Yeah, 6. So
Yeah, that's really good.
yeah,
That's surprisingly good for Daytona.
yeah, a lot of
And how many drivers did we have on that race?
38, a lot of double
Yeah.
digits, quite a few in the 20s, probably 10 or so in the 20s. 3 DQs from 30, and we probably had 10 in the 20s. But you only had about
20 cars on the lead lap.
Reno, Drew, Mike Hardy, Colton, Lanford, John Stapleton, no, not John, Shane Johnson and John Shields are only ones in single digits, and they had 6 and then 8s. So those guys are going to be in good shape, really, if you stay under with the little amount of, with the less laps in ARCA. So, I mean, if you stay under 14, 16 or so, with these next 2 races coming up, kind of easier races,
Yep.
you can kind of work yourself off the IPL here.
They have 108 here coming up at Kentucky, so.
Right. And then what do y'all have after that for the third one? The one right before IPL hits?
Auto Club.
Yeah. And that'll be
Okay.
throwback weekend, so that's another 80 laps. Keep it clean.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 2 pretty wide tracks. I know Kentucky's not super wide, but it's not that hard of a track. I mean, yeah, 3 and 4s are tight, but it's still not that hard of a track. The Auto Club is wide as can be, so I mean, good chances of putting some laps down that are pretty clean. But we'll go over the top 12 that are in the playoffs right now. KLD's in first, Reno Connor in second in points, Gregory Van Nuys in third, Drew Holler in fourth, Aaron Creighton in fifth, James Tate in sixth, Britt McKee in seventh, Quinn McLean in eighth, Charles Sherrow in ninth, Mike Hardy in 10th, Colt Lanford in 11th, and Sean McLean in 12th. Weird thing was their son, that they say is probably a better racer than them, didn't have a very good finish. So those 2 might be having some bragging rights right now, both being in the top 12, and their son is out of the top 24. So if he's a lot better than them, as they say, I'm sure he'll find his way back up there in a few races in the points. So all in all, they're going to Kentucky. Definitely a tricky track. I enjoy Kentucky. Did y'all race in it last season at all?
I don't think we went. Did we go to Kentucky last year? I don't think we did.
I don't think you guys did, but yeah, definitely fun track. Like I said, 3 and 4 is a little different. So, especially with how tight those cars are, that thing's definitely going to want to track up. So, I figure if any incidents are going to be happening, it's people are going in too hot, trying to stick it to the yellow, and it's not going to stick down there for long.
No. And turn 3 and 4 is definitely different than 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
3 and 4 will sneak up on you real fast.
Yeah.
It's almost like Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a tire eater right there. That's so.
Yep. I won an official race. Danny was in the lobby with me on that track on turn 3 of the last lap because of tire management.
Yep.
Nice.
But that was the only lap I led, was the last 2 corners of the race.
The only laps that matter.
The only laps that matter.
Well, Danny, now it's your time to shine. Now we can talk about Xfinity. We were at Las Vegas there in Xfinity. Want to tell us about how that race went?
Oh, that one's all I got.
Oh, I mean, bro.
I got you, Danny. I got you. No, you're good.
Remember, I'm trucks.
That was a fun race. I mean, Fontaine got away with another win. He's making us all chase him, which is good. It makes everybody else have to be better. He's got 2 wins to start the season. Obviously, he's always going to be fast. He's bring it for any track. Doesn't matter if it's super speedway, short track, 1.5 miles, road course. He's always going to have pace. So the rest of us are kind of just chasing him right now. I think the race was pretty good. We went the whole first stage without a caution. But it's a fun track, and with that car, really important for saving tires and not getting loose coming off the corner. That's the one thing about the Xfinity car. It's just so much more tail happy compared to the rest of the cars. So it definitely challenges you to be patient with the throttle, and we're going to really see that Wednesday night on Bristol.
Yeah, I had a hard time finding speed. I just really had to work on the tire saving to really claw my way up there. I was, I got a couple stage points in one of the stages, and I was just flirting from 10 to 15th really most of the race. I mean, with a 30, 33, 34 car field we had, so I was okay with that. Got caught up into late incidents. I think I finished like 20th. So, yeah, no, it was, I mean, those guys are really fast in the Xfinity series. So, I just didn't have the speed there, and I don't know if I really ever found it. So, but I did find a line I liked that I was starting to chase people down on the longer runs, but still didn't work out for me in the end. Chris, I felt like you had a little bit better pace than I did. How do you feel like your race went there at Xfinity?
It wasn't bad. I think I was better on the long runs than I was short runs. And I think that was just being easier on the tires. Because I would see guys at the beginning of a run take off from me, and then as long as we stayed green, I'd start catching them and passing them. So, all in all, good race for me. Not used to the car, and of course it's a higher strength of field, so just out there learning the thing.
I think me and you, Chris, we were battling each other the entire race at Vegas last week. And I started in the rear with my EOL, so just moving on up.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I had one as well, and I think I qualified like 10th or 11th, and then have to drop all the way to back. So, yeah, it was just a slowly but surely try and work my way up to the front.
All right. Well, as far as the standings go, we have Bryce Fontaine there leading the way, and Shane Williams kind of, I feel like quietly, has snuck into number 2 in points. Nicholas Cote in 3rd, Casey Sedgwick. Bacon, there he's in 4th. Bryce Tucker doing pretty good too, so good job, Bryce. They're in 5th in points. AJ Godsey in 6th, Danny Gross in 7th, good job there. Don Miller in 8th, Noah Tills in 9th, Brandon Dayhoff in 10th, Zachary Tyler in 11th, and Sean Happick, me on the bubble in 12th, only 7 points up. So, how you looking forward to Bristol, Tucker? I know you like it, but as a league and an admin, how do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, if we have, what do we have right now? How many cars signed up for that? I mean, we're going to have 30 plus cars anyways.
Yeah,
it's going to require.
I just did it today, so.
It's fun. I ran some laps on it last night. The Xfinity car is really good around it. Just once you find your groove, the challenge is going to be being honest with all of ourselves. Is everybody believes they can drive with everybody beside them and in front of them and behind them, and so the egos kind of get in the way. So can we keep it clean on a short half-mile track like that, and try to not take each other out, because there's going to be a lot of passes trying to be made, I'm sure, and you get 2 or 3 wide and somebody just throw their nose in too hard, or someone goes in too hard and too heavy, and next thing you know, they're getting loose coming off of 2, because that's going to happen. It's going to be interesting. I think this series, these drivers, we have the potential to put on a hell of a race. The challenge is going to be, can we do it for the entire race, for the 200 laps, and try to keep it as caution-free as possible. Obviously, things are going to happen, but we had a good race here with the trucks a couple seasons ago, and we ended the race on like 55 laps, green flag racing, and so it can be done. It can definitely be done.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting, especially with these cars.
Yeah.
Trucks I can handle. I felt like the Cups last season really wasn't even that bad, but I haven't been on this with Xfinity this season, so I probably need to get out there, run a couple laps to see if it feels any better. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about is getting a little loose. I don't
It-
mind
yeah, you
getting
just
pass or making some passes, but the problem is if you get in an incident, you're normally gonna hit one of those walls. I mean, it's hard not to. And then sometimes the cautions won't come out because you'll be on that apron down low, and it won't
Yep.
register you as on the track. So with how many cars there will be all spread out, we'll just have to have race control watch that. But yeah, there's not a lot of room for error at a track like this. So
the throttle modulation is very important with these cars. Like I said, I did an AI race last night just to see, and full throttle, anything short of that car being completely straight, you're looking for trouble.
yeah, Chris, you gonna make that one?
Yeah, I'll be there for that one.
All right.
I think it has the
So-
potential to be a really, really fun race. I really do. It's just how do we go about it as a group? That's going to be the deciding factor.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we went over most of that. I showed all the graphics while we were there, so we're good with that. Chris, anything you want to bring up for the truck guys? How they're doing? Maybe what to work on? Kind of everybody skipped over that, really. So we'll go over to everybody and ask them.
Still work on getting formed up, ready for the start of the race and restarts as quickly as possible. The back half of the field seems to still be kind of spread out, trying to get things sorted out, especially with tonight, short track, so not a lot of time to get that resolved and everybody in place so that everybody has the same opportunity on restarts and not dealing with black flags getting handed out because of passing under yellow and having to get all that sorted out. So try and get in your spot as quickly as possible and safely, of course.
Yeah.
And just tonight, it's 160 laps. Be patient. Let the race come to you. Don't try and win the race at the very beginning in the first stage or think that you're going to pass a half dozen trucks in one lap. Just take it one truck at a time. And if you don't think you have the spot to be able to make a pass, just hang back for a second and just wait for a better opportunity. I'd love to be able to see a clean race this evening and not a dozen cautions or more.
Danny, do you have
Yeah.
anything to add on to your
I
truck
don't.
series?
I agree with Chris there 100%. I'd like to see at least one green flag stop. But let's just keep it clean and not have too many cautions tonight. Getting off the turns, if you're, it's going to get loose. So just watch all that.
Oh, and one final thing. Keeping the comms clear. It's short track. It's our first short track of this season. Tempers are going to flare. Just keep it off the comms. That way we don't have to disable people and their chats, and then you won't be able to communicate things that are specific for the race to race control or other drivers when you're trying to pit and whatnot, or announcing your lucky dogs. So just try and keep the tempers off the comms. I know there are going to be tempers. I mean, it's short track. We all would. Just try and keep yourself in check enough to not start blurting out. Don't blow up the main truck channel on Discord afterwards. If you have something that you need to discuss with another driver, take it straight to a direct message between the two of you. And let's just try and have fun tonight.
Yeah, and Wilder won't be there today, but we're going to talk to Bryce and make sure he actually mutes people. Even though old little Hitler won't be joining us tonight. Wilder's a mutant little machine, so maybe Bryce can get on board and he can actually start muting people that need to be muted. At least 10 people should be muted, Mr. Tucker, every race. Or else you got a quota. But how about Xfinity? Everything going good that you think, Bryce, or anything those guys might need to clean up?
Pacing restarts, I think we can be cleaner and then shenanigans too, like kind of just get rid of that stuff. But, just keeping the gaps closer. And then if you're, the 10th car, 15th car, 20 car, you can't just hammer the gas right when you think it's going green. You got to kind of feather. So restarts, we can do better, especially this group. And then pit road, stay to the right. Speed, pacing. There have been some vehicles that have been a little slow, right on the verge of getting a penalty. We can hand out a penalty for 5 miles an hour under the speed limit. You're basically impeding, progress for the drivers behind you. So I know a lot of people take their pit road entrance and exits very seriously. So they're trying to extract every mile an hour they can. And if someone's going 5, 6, 7 miles an hour under, that definitely can affect things. So let's really work on that and pay attention. But I think for the most part, this series can do pretty good because we've got the drivers in it.
For sure. Brian, anything to say on these ARCA guys? They need to clean up a little bit. Brian Stevenson. That's
Well,
right.
hey, while we wait on him, what do you got for Cup?
Cup's a little hard because all those guys are better than me, so who am I to say anything, right? But I will tell you what, I mean, there's a lot of egos in there. There's a lot of guys that think they're in the Coca-Cola series, I guess, or on their way up, and we just gotta calm down. Like, there's no reason to do petty things and stupid things, like, other guys have said in the Discord. Like, all this is just a game. So, I mean, why are we taking it serious? This is a free league. I'm gonna print y'all a little plaque. I mean, there ain't no money up for grabs. It's just free league to have fun, and we like giving y'all guys the broadcast and the podcast and just have fun. But nobody wants to show up and race if there's a bunch of bickering and a bunch of egos. So, let's go out there and have fun. That's all. Other than that, all these guys know what they're doing, and they should know the rules and things like that. I mean, most of the rules are common amongst most leagues. I mean, every league has their different little rules and things like that. I mean, but these guys are doing pretty good. Just a little bit of tempers, a little bit, but we'll get all that cleaned up. Other than that, I think everybody's doing really good. Just trying to keep up with them best I can. So, Brian, you back yet? Well, that son of a gun.
He must be trying to get some IRP practice in.
He better. Well, that's all right. The caution's always fine, though. So, okay. Well, that'll do it for us. Good luck tonight. The guys driving tonight. And we'll see y'all next week.
Appreciate it.
Engines roar hard as pounding, pumps and tires screech, face